Okay, welcome to Resource 2 I'm going to go over in this lecture, the Embedded Computer and Development Environment Subsystem. So the development system we're going to use in this class is a powerful and convenient tool for embedded computing applications. Talk a little bit about the hardware in Resource 1. And now we're going to talk about it in a little bit more detail in terms of how we're going to use it for a development environment. So as shown below, the development system consists of a personal computer here connected via a USB cable to the target computer, which is the MyRio. The MyRio is what we're actually programming at the end of the day, but we write the program here on the development system. So we have some lab computers in the lab that we'll be using to connect to the MyRios. Or, as I recommend, you can set up your own development system on your own laptop and then just connect to the MyRio when you go into the lab. So it's a little bit easier. You don't have to transfer your code over from your own laptop to the lab computer, and so that's a little bit easier, and you can sort of have the development system all ready to go. So during development of an embedded computing application, the development system communicates with the real-time Linux operating system of the MyRio target computer, as shown. Development environment includes an integrated set of hardware and software tools that help to debug a microcomputer designed by allowing you to watch your program execute as well as stop it and inspect system variables. As you will see, it allows you to monitor and control the target computer without interfering with its timing, which is pretty cool. Once hardware and software development is completed, the development system is disconnected from the target system. In the final application, the target program resides in ROM on the target computer. So once you are done with the programming, you deploy it, the MyRio is running it locally, and the laptop or the desktop computer are no longer controlling what's going on. So getting started. So Eclipse is an integrated development environment, or IDE. We will use Eclipse through its C development tool to create, edit, build, deploy, and debug C language projects for the MyRio target computer. Within Eclipse, all of your projects are organized into a single workspace on your computer. Each project, along with all of its necessary resources, are stored in a named project folder. The outline below describes the basic functions of the IDE in preparing a C program for subsequent loading and execution on the MyRio remote system. Additional features are described in the help menu, so this is just like an intro, and exploring on your own is important. So, get to this point. If your own laptop has not been set up yet for this development environment, check out Resource 7. It has a procedure in there for getting it set up. And I'll go over that a little bit in a separate lecture, Resource 7. But if you're not set up yet, then you need to do so before continuing here. So begin by starting the Eclipse IDE application. The C++ perspective is the first thing to check out. So this walks you through how to check out what's going on in the sort of template projects that are given to you in Resource 7. So this kind of introduces you to what's going on there. Each C program that's in there by default that you'll import in Resource 7 consists of a collection of functions, one of which must be called main and is executed first. So all C programs have that in common. For large projects, additional functions are often in separate files. However, the organization of the assignments in this class is such that all of the functions for a single assignment can be conveniently stored in the file main.c along with the main function. So you can write the main function at the top of the file, and then you can write the auxiliary functions below. You'll also have, through resource 7, brought in these debug and run configurations. So Eclipse will know how to do the debugging and how to which compiler to use, etc., for compiling your main.c program and for executing it. So go ahead and set that up, and you'll be good to go. You'll have those already in there. You don't have to set them up yourselves. Building the project. So building the project consists of compiling your C source code into object modules and linking them with other resources. Many coding errors can be found during the building process. So this is why you can compile your program before you come to the lab. You can work on it on your own laptop. See if it compiles in the correct compiler as set up in resource 7 before coming in and trying it out on the hardware. So, since building does not require that the development system be connected to the target, time spent in the lab is minimized. You can do that at home. So this sort of goes through a little bit of the details. Running the project, so must build without errors before it can be run. So build and compile here are synonymous. The first time a project is run, pull down the run menu and select run configurations, and then there will be a run configuration there for it. After that, you don't have to do run configurations every time. You may be asked to log in on the MyRio once you're in the lab, but the password actually is either ME477, but actually in most cases it is just blank. So just try a blank password for the MyRios. I don't think any of them have ME477 left in there as a password, so it should just be blank. Great. So after that, you can just use this convenient drop-down icon to run projects. Great. So the debug perspective is one you can pull up. So there are different perspectives you can use. Resource 7 walks you through how to get them all visible there. The debug perspective is one that's useful for debugging. You can set up breakpoints, which suspend the execution of a program at the location where the breakpoint is set up. And you can step around in your code to see maybe something's not working as you would expect when you connect it to the hardware, like the screen's not printing what you think it should be printing. So you can access each variable with a debugger just to see, okay, is this actually what I think it's going to be? Okay. Let's walk you through some of those details. This shows you, how to use each of these debugging tools. That's pretty much that. So this is the sort of debugging, run configurations, how to get it set up. Resource 7 we'll talk about, it kind of walks you through how to get your development environment set up to begin with, and then you can come back to resource 2, familiarize yourself with how the debugging works, and this will help you in lab 0 and all of the lab exercises thereafter. Okay, so that's it.